Hey everybody, what's happening? It's me, Dave. I'm back with another video here for the Dark Stuff. And you know, this is a part 2 of a series that I started last August. August 29th is when I put out the video, and it's called Back in the Day, The Story of Mafia Money Records, Part 1. And I'll link to it at the bottom here. And I know that back last August I had a lot fewer subscribers than I do now, probably about half the number. So I'm sure that a lot of you haven't seen that video yet. But I'm doing this because, you know, I recapped this in the previous video, but I'll do a real brief one here. In that, in the 90s, I did own my own independent record label, put out about 14 or 15 releases or so over a 6-year period, and then I ended it. You know, I worked in the music business a little bit longer after that, but then I kind of abandoned the whole concept once we got into the early 2000s. But it's now a thing where it started 20 years ago, and I'm kind of looking back in a fond way on it and reminiscing. And I did a podcast last summer where I interviewed a guy named Dave Rosenheim. Dave Rosenheim used to be the singer-guitar player in a band called Hugh that I did a lot of work with in the 90s, put out a number of releases by, and that got me inspired to do the video. Then that was August, and I meant to do part 2 like shortly after that. You know how stuff goes, stuff happens, and it fell behind, and it fell lower and lower on the priority list. And then a couple of things happened. One, Rob from Boston, Mr. Panique's 1960, caught a reference that I made to a single in one of my videos, actually looked it up on Discogs and saw that, and then found my video, my older video, through Discogs or through a YouTube search or Google search or something based on this really quick reference that I made. Thank you so much, Rob. That was really awesome catch that you made. Nobody else noticed that. That got me thinking I should really do volume 2 on it. And then one of the bands on the label, Ritual Device, who I talk about in the previous video, I only worked with once, but they got back together for their first show in like 18 or 19 years or something over Christmas break. And so that got me thinking I should do it again. So here's where we are in the saga of the label. We started in 1994, and that video initially covers basically the first 3 releases of the label. We're talking the first single, Hugh, the band Hugh, the single Crush, backed with Henry's Daughter, Ritual Device, a 3-song live EP, and a single by the X Action Figures, The Great Divide, backed with Lightbulb. And you can hear that music in that previous video. So now we're into 1995, and we're about to put out the first full-length release on the label. It's the first full-length release not only for the label, but for the band Hugh. The album is called You Are Here. And what I did was I didn't want to just play the whole album because that's, you know, that's lame. But and nobody would watch a 40-minute video. So what I did was I took the album and I made a little mix of snippets of the album in a row. It takes about 12 minutes to make, like, you know, a 40-minute album into about 12 minutes. So you get a good amount of each song. You can really hear what the band is like, get a good feel. I spliced in some video of the band that I had, some photos, some clips, some reviews from magazines and stuff like that. And so that's what we're going to cover in this particular video. Okay? So I'm going to let you do this, and I'll come right back at the end and tell you about what's coming up next, okay? Okay, yeah, I hope you dug that. That was the piece on the Hugh album, You Are Here. Still stands up as a great album. Couple of reflections, personal reflections on it. The album itself is fantastic. It still holds up today. I still listen to it frequently and like it. A couple of things: I've always hated the front cover artwork, and there's a story that goes along with it. Basically, the band sent in these photos. One of the house in the front, it looks like a shack or whatever, and then like these dirt roads for the back and inner covers. You saw that as part of the video. The guy who was doing graphic design and was a college student at the time. This was 1995, before everyone and their uncle had a scanner. It was difficult to find people to do design at a reasonable price. The only people you could find designers were actual professionals who either you had to pay the full rate, and I was broke at the time, had a very small budget, or you had to get somebody who would agree to do it like on in secret at their work, like come in late at night or on weekends or something and help you. And this guy was a college student, and he put that picture of the woman on the front and made the back this weird orange. And when I said I didn't really like it, I didn't even give it to the band to approve. They just said, do what you want. I didn't like it, and he basically said, well, that's the way it's being done. Sorry, I'm the designer. I have this artistic whatever, which I thought was completely, ridiculous. I mean, whatever. Anyways, so I've always kind of been down on the art. I've never really thought it was that good because the album is so brilliant, and I think the artwork kind of brings it down. Also, the lineup on that album, which is a 4-piece lineup, 2 of the guys were out of the band by the time the record came out. The band went on tour as a trio with a different lineup. That's the lineup that would remain for most of their career. So, okay, Dave Rosenheim, who's the singer and writer in that band, is currently the singer of a band called Winchester Revival, based in the San Francisco Bay Area. You can get their music on Bandcamp. They're not pressing physical copies of stuff now. They're just doing digital. They may put a bunch of EPs together in a full-length thing. We discussed that in the podcast, by the way. So go ahead and check their music out. And on the next video, we're going to go into releases 5 and 6, maybe even 7. We'll see. That features a one-off single I did for a band called Larry Cash Jr. Features the next record from Hugh. Sort of a cross between an EP and a full-length. We're not really sure. We didn't really define it as anything other than this is the new release from Hugh. And then the first full-length from the X Action Figures coming up right after that. So that'll be on the next video. Hope you enjoyed this. Please leave some comments and let me know. Thanks. Bye-bye.